Good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Channeling with Michele. I hope everybody is doing fine out there and are healthy and in good spirits. Um, for those of you that are new to this station, I begin by first channeling messages from my angel guides and spirit guides. And then I move into a quick birthday reading. And this week it will be for the end of the Libra into the first day of Scorpio. So we got some birthday babies there on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio. It will be from October 17th into October 23rd. Okay, so that will be for at the end of our video. So with that, I would like to begin our connection. If you just allow me a moment, please, to go ahead and open up. And I have a positive message to start out my shirt. It's probably backwards. It says live happy, right? We have to choose to live happy, viewers. We have to choose to vibrate within our own circle of influence for the highest and best good for ourselves. And when we do that, we vibrate for the highest and best good for others, right? Okay, so let's get started. Today, I'm just simply using a handmade potion of white sage. And today, I'll be using the deck Angel Blessings. I've used this deck maybe in the last few. I just go in, I have a drawer of different decks that I use, and I choose the one that calls me for the reading by Kimberly Maroney. Okay, let me go ahead and open. Okay. All right, viewers, my angels are stepping in and they want me to talk a little bit about our highest vibration. The angels are encouraging all of us to step into the three forms of knowledge. They want me to say that knowledge is at our fingertips. And when you think back to the biblical times of Adam and Eve, when he committed the sin of eating the apple, so to say, he was supposedly given a book of all the herbs that Earth Mother provides that could cure any illness. Okay. So when you think about knowledge, that was provided for us, even, with our first, with Adam and Eve. So knowledge is there. It's there to tap into. Okay, wait. All right. We all have godly knowledge, is how they're saying it to me. And there's three folds way that God or our angels or spirit or your higher power, universe, whatever you choose, whatever label or name you choose to put to your power greater than yourself. They're saying threefold. One is through intuition. So we all have intuition. So one of the ways that our angels spirit connects with us is through our intuition. We are all born with the ability to know what is right and what is wrong. We are all born with ability to know when we should feel safe and when we should feel afraid. Okay. Those are innate emotions or abilities or intuitions, whatever you want to call them, that we're born with. So spirit teaches us and helps us to grow in knowledge through our intuition. This can help us with our spiritual growth. A lot of us may find that we're on a spiritual journey. We're not sure where we're supposed to be. Maybe you were raised Catholic and then that didn't work for you. And then you went and tried Baptist and you did that for a while and that didn't work for you. And then maybe, I don't know, Methodist, or that didn't work, whatever. And then eventually you evolve to a point where spiritually and intuitively, you know what you want to believe and what helps you to feel most connected to your God. Okay? So we learn, they're saying, so we learn through our intuition, listening to that gut feeling. The next form of learning that spirit's coming through is saying through science. Okay. We all know about science, whether we believe it or not, after everything we've been through with COVID and such not. But spirit is coming through and saying that science is another way. People are born with the ability, the purpose to discover things, to discover medications that will assist people to feel healthier, to assist people with longevity. Through science, we gain knowledge. People, Angels just said a lot of people believe science is like man-made, but they want to remind you viewers that everything is God-given. So the knowledge that is put into our spirit, into our soul, is God-given. Okay. We are born with the ability to think, to change, to have free will, to make choices. So science is another component or area where spirit or God allows us to gain knowledge. And the last pathway is through our culture. We gain knowledge through culture, through the arts, right? Through the arts, through theater, through music, through paintings. So culture is a way that spirit speaks to us. If you can ever remember a time when you sat and you looked at a work of art and it took your breath away. Like you just would sit there and go, how did somebody ever paint this? I mean, I can give you an example of when I sat in a museum and it took my breath away was that Ringling Museum in Sarasota, Florida. I mean, if you ever visit that area, I encourage you to go to that museum because I am not an artist, but the paintings that are in that museum just took my breath away. I just sat in the room and it was like I could get lost in the picture, in the story. So spirit, God speaks to us through culture. Think about a time when you heard a song and it touched you in such a way that it brought so much love into your life, right? Or a song that just made you get up and dance, right? This is how we feel the heartbeat of God, the heartbeat of spirit, is through music. It doesn't matter what kind of music it is. They're telling me it can be heavy metal, it can be rap, it can be choir, orchestra, jazz. But when music sings to you, when you feel it and it touches you, when you get up and want to dance, it's like the heartbeat of God. It's bringing light into your soul. And when it touches you where you might want to cry, it's bringing love into your soul. See? So their spirit is showing me there are three pathways that spirit or God teaches us, gives us knowledge, right? They were through our intuition, through science, and through culture. So they're encouraging all of us to be open to those three pathways of knowledge. It's okay to just chant or sing your heart out. Put the music up. Bring that light into your soul. They're saying that as a world, collectively, we don't do enough of that. Okay. And it's kind of peculiar. They're saying this message, there's a meaning that they wanted me to share these three pathways of knowledge with you. And that's because they're saying people are too busy. They're working too much. They're not enjoying the different opportunities that they have to build their intuition, to speak and follow their spiritual path. They're not looking at science. And okay, and they're saying when they talk about science, they're also saying like the stars, the planets. They're telling me they're lumping that into science, the science of the galactic, the science of horoscope, of a horoscope. Horoscope is based on a science. They're saying they're like astrology. I'm sorry. Astrology is based on a science. When we predict horoscopes or birth signs, that all has to do with a form of science. So, really, studying the sciences, learning about them, they're encouraging you, and getting into culture. Go out and listen to that band, go to that art museum, attend that play, maybe even engage in those type of activities yourself. Anything that's going to bring light into your soul and more love into your heart, right? So they're encouraging all of us to continue to pay attention to the three pathways of knowledge and how God and spirit brings that into our world, into our life. Okay. They're going like this. And I feel like crying. I just feel very touched by this message today. But they want me to say, listen and feel the heartbeat of God. Listen and feel the heartbeat of God. Okay? It's within all of us. So if you find yourself feeling in a funk, a little depressed, whatnot, they're encouraging you to just bring your hands to your heart and listen and feel for the heartbeat of God because it's there. They also want to say that they put out love and encouragement to everybody out there who is struggling, whether it be emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually, um, reminding you that all you need to do is ask, call on your angels, and they'll be there. They will be there. But you have to ask, viewers. You have to ask. And again, that's because of free will. And I know I've shared this message before, but this is coming from them. This is what they want you to hear. It's an important reminder that we all have these beings, these guardian angels around us, directing us, protecting us, trying to keep us on the right path. Now, one of the things they do want me to remind or share with you is angels don't speak through vocal cords. Okay. Angels are going to speak through your feelings, your emotions, that gut feeling, that intuition. So they're encouraging you to pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to your thoughts. If something is presented to you threefold, three times, that's more than likely a message from your angels, one of your angels, trying to get you in the direction that you're supposed to be going in this lifetime. So they wanted me to remind you that you're not going to hear like Michele walk through that door or Michele drive down the street. You're not going to hear like a voice. You're going to feel it. The voice, how can I explain it? Like for me, I know I know, even though I don't always trust it, but I know when by spirit, when angels are speaking to me, because I'll hear it differently in my mind. Ego is like, when ego is speaking to me, it's kind of directive, like, bossy in a way, or you go this way, or you should do this. But when the angels are speaking to me, it comes in very softly, and it's just like, maybe I should think about doing this, or yeah, maybe it's like a soft voice, a soft thought. So you'll have to, for yourself, make a determination as to when ego is speaking to you and when it truly is your angel guides or spirit guides. Okay, it's a difference for me, and I only can speak for myself. Perhaps other viewers out there can comment on how they can tell when it's their spirit guides giving them guidance, or their ego. So that would be interesting to hear. Would appreciate those comments. Okay. Again, sending love and blessings to you all from the other side. We're going to move on to our cards now. Let me just go ahead and smudge from that. It's a nice message. Thank you. I keep hearing Raphael, Angel Raphael. Again, the deck is Angel Blessings. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle them as I usually do, and we'll see what message the cards want us to hear today. Go ahead, cut them into 3 piles, and then restack them. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, the first card up is Angel Sandalphon. Sandalphon? I may not be pronouncing these always. Sandalphon is about power. Okay, so viewers, when I channel the energy around this card, what they're telling me is we have to stand in our own power. Okay, and how do we do that? How do we stand in our own power? Well, first off, through knowledge. Okay, so this is interesting because this is how this card is coming through, by following the 3 pathways of knowledge. Listen to your intuition, viewers. Pay attention to where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to be doing, because our higher power will not steer us wrong. If we follow our intuition, follow that gut feeling, we're going to be able to come into our own power. A lot of times we have to use science, right? We come into our own power through science, through finding medications that help us to feel better, to be able to achieve the things we need to do. So, not all medications are bad for you. Okay. So, science, following the science. We talk a great deal about like the moon energy, the lunar energy, how it affects moods. They talk about like a full moon, people act crazy, or, you always hear the expression, is it a full moon? I'm feeling off. Work has been busy. The hospitals are busy, right? They blame that on a full moon. That's a form of science, is what the angels channeled to us um, when we first connected, right? And also coming into our own power through culture. What is our power? It doesn't mean I'm not channeling this like I'm coming after you, I'm going to conquer the world. Coming into our own power is doing the things that make our heart sing, sharing the abilities that we were born with, right? Sharing with others, helping to not only make our life feel more purposeful, but also giving other people purpose, whatever that may be. So the angels are encouraging you to come back, get into your own power, listen to the 3 pathways of knowledge, um, and how you can work them in your own personal life. The next card up is about blessings, right? Oh, I'll never say this angel's name. Amar Ushaya, but this angel is bringing us blessings, and this is in the current position in this card, in this reading today. And what the angels want me to share with you is that count your blessings. Count your blessings. It's real easy, viewers, to get into the negative. I myself am guilty of that, though I do have some wonderful, not only close friends and family who help me to notice when I am falling into the negative, but I also have some acquaintances that God has brought into my life in the past and currently, and hopefully in the future, that have really reminded me that I need to count my blessings. And there's one woman in particular, and I don't know if she views bedtime channeling or not, but I just want to thank her because when I was going through a very dark time during the COVID lockdowns, she was a friend, not a close friend, more like an acquaintance friend and a neighbor. And she really called me out when I was really falling down into a rabbit hole and was falling into a depression, as I'm sure a lot of people were during that 2020 um, lockdown when our lives were stripped from us and we didn't know where we were going or what was happening. But I do want to give out my thanks to a woman named Sarah. You were a blessing to me, and I hope in some way I was a blessing to you. And I do want to cry, but I am very thankful for you. You were an angel brought into my life when I most needed it. So, Sarah, I thank you. And you know who you are if you ever view this video. But again, viewers, count your blessings. You know, as bad as things may seem, we can come into our own power. Okay, we can come into our power by just tapping into those three pathways of knowledge that spirit or God has given us. Okay, remember intuition, science. And you know what they just said to me? Science can just be the chemistry of two people, right? Friendships, friendships. A science, right? Isn't like, what do they call them? Pheromones or something. You could tell I'm not a scientific person, but science can. I believe they're saying it's broader than just thinking of a scientist coming up with, you know, cures. Science is having a relationship, right? The relationship of science, the relationship of helping each other, right? That's a science to learn how to communicate and be empathetic and share our purposes and our knowledge, in a sense, can be, I guess, broadened into a science, is how they just showed that to me. So we're thinking out of just the humanistic um, definition of science, but just the science of being, right? So we learn through other people, right? Right? We learn through other people. So count your blessings. And the next card is, oh, the angel Gabrielle, resurrection. Ah, I'm going to look up what this means, but I'm first going to go with what I'm picking up when I channel the energy around this. Okay, so when you think of the resurrection, you think of Jesus Christ's crucifixion on the cross and how he was resurrected back to life around Easter. Um, so I feel like Gabrielle is the angel that's bringing us hope. Okay. So, I mean, all over the world, I mean, I pick up bits and pieces here on YouTube usually of what is going on in the world. I have some of the other mediums that I watch, and they're from different countries, and the whole world is in an uproar. Things are changing. But again, Angel Gabrielle, specifically, I'm going to say, is coming through and saying, people, just count your blessings, stay in your power of the three pathways of knowledge, and there is going to be a resurrection. We're going to come out okay. Again, when I channel the energy, I ask spirit, I keep hearing 2.5 years, 2.5 years. So there is going to be a resurrection. A new birth is coming. And I just keep feeling and seeing like golden lights of joy, almost like people wake up like out of a dark sleep and say, wow, oh my God, what just happened to us over the past 5 years? Right? There's going to be a resurrection. And I do feel like it's going to be a resurrection that contains a lot of blessings for a lot of us. I'll pull 3 more cards. I'm going to shuffle them though again because I'm feeling that. So I do it. Hope you're enjoying your message today from the angels and guides. I certainly enjoy sharing them with you. That okay. Are we falling out? Do we have any last 3 cards for today's reading? No. Okay, pull them. Thank you. Oh, these are so pretty. The angel of purity. Okay. When I channel the energy around this card, viewers, look for the good in people. Okay. A lot of people are grumpy. A lot of people, sadly, are living in fear from what I hear on the news, which I take with a grain of salt. But there is an increased, we all know there's an increased increased energy of violence and addictions and anger, just displaced anger everywhere. And the angels are encouraging us to just try to look for the good, look for the pure, if you can. Even if you have to dig a little deep and say, wow, they really have a nice smile, or that was thoughtful what they said, or even having some compassion. Dig deep and try to find the purity, the good in people. Some people it's real easy to find, others you got to dig a bit, right? Adoration, Angel Shamuel, adoration, honor God. Okay, this came under the blessing card when I pulled it, and it's a little cloudy, right? The world is losing its adoration for God, right? Get back to the spirit. Get back to the blessings, right? Get back to the gratitude. Look for the good in people. Take your power back. And I don't mean in an aggressive way. Take it back in a spiritual way. Use the 3 pathways: intuition, science, and culture. Right? Intuition, science, and culture. We have to believe in some power greater than ourselves, even if it's just gravity. If that's all it takes for you to just believe and have something, some belief that you can surrender some of these fears to and know that the resurrection's coming. I believe that when I just sit and do nothing in situations where maybe I've gotten my hand in the pot, made a mess of things, and I just step back and say, okay, you know what? I can't control this. It's yours, God. You take the wheel. Things kind of turn out all right. Every time I've had to do that, surrender. And sometimes it's hard to do that. And it's hard to accept once we surrender, right? We keep wanting to get our hands back in the pot and stir it and put the ingredients in to make things in our life work out the way we want them to. But I have to tell you, every time I've surrendered, in looking back on the things that I tried to control the most in my life, I actually ended up in a better place when I finally let go and surrender. So surrender, trust God, trust your angels. They'll lead you to the right place. And nature. Oh my goodness, right? Mother Nature's angry. She wants us. She wants to be free, and she wants to have warm weather and breezes and calm energy. But she's a bit upset right now. And I keep channeling this. I keep hearing this. I actually had this discussion with someone yesterday is, Mother Nature, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is not going to let us destroy the planet in their solar system with toxic chemicals like nuclear weapons and poisons. Okay. And if these leaders, if we, if people do not collectively come together, she's going to destroy. I hate to use the word destroy because she's not saying destroy. She's going to take care of things so that things can have a resurrection. It may take thousands of years, not in any of our lifetime, right? They keep bringing me back to like Noah's Ark, right? The world was in a tailspin, to put it lightly, and that really seems to be where our world is headed right now, is into self-destruction from people who are caught up in ego, power hungry, who are not listening to the heartbeat of God. They're listening to their own heartbeat, their own ego, their own displaced anger. And sadly, many people are victims of this displaced anger of some people that have been put in power positions. They're not utilizing their power in a godly way, that's for sure, through the three pathways. So I just have to tell you, Mother Nature is angry and she will bring more hurricanes, more floods, more fires, because the earth will not die from natural destruction. It can have a resurrection through many years, a rebirth, but it will through toxic man-made substances. So she's encouraging us to collectively come together, get to our senses, and start getting into the blessings of what God gave us. Flowers, sun, right? The earth, the food chain, right? We're taking that for granted. And she's angry. And I keep hearing it. She's angry. And I'm afraid of her anger. I'm more afraid of God or Mother Nature's anger than I am of the anger of some of these powerful leaders. I mean, just look what destruction message, and it was a strong message that was given to us through Hurricane Ian, right? I'm afraid of the universe's anger. So she's encouraging us to collectively start putting out energy of healing. Let's pray for these people to be put, these people in power that are threatening Earth Mother, threatening our race, right? I guess it's a race, our human race. Ask the angels collectively. We have to ask the angels to please put them in their place. Put them in their place. We can't do it alone. We need their help. We need to ask the angels to intervene, to help to save us from the people who are trying to destroy our planet with toxic chemicals and the human race, right? But we have to all do this. We have to all do this. Last card up. I'm going to shuffle for it. It's a powerful message. I didn't expect that to come through. Of course, I never really know what's going to come through, but she's angry. Or he, spirit, nature, whatever you want to call the being. Gratitude. Oh man, what did it just channeled through, right? Earth Mother. She's saying you got to be more grateful. We got to get back to gratitude, please. I'm begging you people collectively, just before you go to bed at night, just say, God, angel, spirit, ascendant masters, please, I beg of you to save our planet, save our people. Put these people who are threatening the destruction of the human race and of Earth, put them in their place. Put them in their place. Whatever that's supposed to be, put them in their place. Save our planet, save our race, right? She's crying. Look at it. She's hugging herself like, what is wrong with us? We've lost our gratitude. It's almost like she's bent over crying, like, we need to get back to gratitude, viewers. We need to get back to gratitude. Count our blessings. There's so many of them. And there's so many of our what we call our light children, our star children, our rainbow children that are now being born. Um, they are going to be the change, but we've got to have a earth here for them to help with that resurrection, right? With that change. Yeah. It's powerful. I'm going to pull one more card. Faith. All right. When you ask for God, angel, spirit, ascendant masters to intervene and save our human race, save our planet, to put these people that are vibrating at a darker vibration, an egocentric vibration. Once you put that out there, all we can do, right, is step back, get our hands out of the pot, so to say, surrender and accept that they are going to take care of it, that it is going to be okay. I keep asking, ask them after you're done watching this video, viewers, just God, angel, spirit, and ascendant masters, I pray and ask by the power of God, please save our planet. Put the people that are in a dark, egocentric place, put them in their place, put them where they need to be so that we can survive, whatever that is, however you word it. Okay. We are going to move on now. It's powerful. I was going to look this one up. Resurrection from Angel Gabrielle. It's just quickly, I won't read it all. I just want to skim what the writer, the creator of this deck, how they meaning they attached to it. I know you seek Jesus, who was crucified. He is not here, for he has risen. Gabriel is the archangel of resurrection, the voice of God and bringer of good news. Okay? The bringer of good news. There is going to be a resurrection. It's just going to take time. We have to, everything has to shift. The egocentric leaders have to be put in their place. And we have, the only power we have is to ask our angels, right? Our guides, and then step back. Yeah. He appeared to Mother Mary to bring the remembrance of her mission, right? Remember your mission, right? We got all these messages today very quickly, right? The 3 pathways of knowledge, listening to God's heartbeat, right? When you hear music that makes you dance, that brings more light into your soul. When you hear music that touches you, touches your heart, that brings more love, right? There's so many ways that God speaks to us. He watched over the Prophet Muhammad, inspired Joan of Arc, and influenced Zoroaster. When you are ready, Gabriel announces the major duties of your spiritual destiny. To resurrect something is to bring life again to that which appeared dead, or to raise from a belief in death, right? Bring life again to that which appears dead. A lot of us are looking at the American freedom, right? As though it appears dead. But Gabrielle's come in to say, no, there's going to be a resurrection. We have to ask the angels, ask them first. I encourage you, please, to do that. And I'm going to leave you with that as we move on now to October 17th through October 23rd. I believe the 23rd goes right into Scorpio. So this is kind of a blended reading. I just like to do them for the week. Because typically I've been doing these on Tuesday. I do them when I'm free. But I am making a point to get out there and share the messages of love and guidance from Spirit and the angels. Okay, let's tap into it. What's going on with our Libra cusp or Scorpio? And I do want to remind you, viewers, I am not an astrologer. I mean, I do not follow astrology. That is not one of my abilities. So, for true astrology readings, see an astrologer. There's so many wonderful people out there with that ability. They know how to read the stars and what align. I listened to some of them on YouTube. I had an astrology chart done many years ago, and they're very interesting. All I'm simply doing is channeling a message to you from spirit. Okay, so I am not an astrologer. I want to make that clear. I am a psychic medium, clairvoyant. I am also an energy healer, um, intuitive guide, whatever else you want to call me. Okay. Okay. When I channel the energy tonight, around October 17th through the 23rd, the first thing they show me is color. So I'm going to go with color. And I'm seeing lilac. I'm seeing all shades of lilac. So for the birthday babies within this week, wear lilac. All shades of the purple. They're going to help you to help energize you. Okay, they're saying as usual, like when you're on the lighter shade of lilac, that will calm you when you feel like you need to get out there and be the communicators that you are, the leaders that you are. Wear darker shades, okay? So any shade of lilac they're showing, or purple. Shades of purple, shades of purple. Dabbled with a little bit of a rose color. So whatever shade of rose, whatever shade of pink, I'm seeing from a very pastel pink to like a lovely not red rose, but like a shade of rose color, whatever. I think of rose, I think of pinks, like pink colors. So purple, shades of lilac with dabbling accents of rose. Okay. It's going to, the way they're explaining the choice of color is because not only is it calming, but it's dynamic. And for the birthday babies in this week, of the 17th to the 23rd, your main vibration is communication this year. Your job is to get the word out. So you are going to be the educator. You are going to be sharing information with people, getting the product out, getting the job done. You are the hierophant. You are the teacher. Okay. You are the teacher. You have a nice blend of wit and sensitivity. Okay. So communication, entertaining, and communication are going to be key for you coming up this year. You're a ruler, you're a builder. If you're the people out there that can relate to this, if you're an entrepreneur, you're trying to get a business off, or you already do have a successful business going, I see it creating and moving forward successfully. So business wise, for the people who are in their own business, starting up, again, already in that business, going to have a very successful year. Um, Okay, I'm leadership, leadership, and cooperatively working with people are your key areas to focus on this coming year. So October 17th through October 23rd, really dynamic energy. Wear those shades of lilac with a touch of rose color in there. People are attracted to you, and you are born to entertain. You are born to entertain. I see a lot of social gatherings, social events for you coming up. So if you relate to this, you vibrate to this, there is going to be more social gatherings, more networking. Yeah. Yep. Just information. So your job this year is sharing information, getting information, using those three pathways of knowledge. How can you, over this coming year, birth babies, utilize the three pathways of knowledge that Spirit shared with us today, right? intuition, science, and culture. Intuition, science, and culture. Fundraisers, fundraising events. It's going to be a very busy social year for you. Very busy in social. So you better get your running shoes on and get a good calendar. And make sure they're saying, make sure you write everything down, because I'm getting a sense, like a whirlwind sense, like you could possibly double book if you're not careful. Okay. So leave time for rest and relaxation, at least a couple days a month this coming year. And this is starting quick. It's like, it's just going to take off. I'm going to pull a card for you. I'm going to pull a card. I don't know. I haven't done this before, but I think I told me to. So with this, I'm going to just spread the cards out. You can see here. I don't know if you can see them. I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm just going to pull one card with my left hand, and we'll come back up into view. And power. Makes sense, doesn't it, birth babies? October 17th through the 23rd. You're coming into your own power. You're coming into your own power, right? Communication, sharing information, getting the job done, using the 3 pathways of knowledge. Isn't that interesting? We started with this card and we're ending with this card. So I feel like this is a message not only to our birth babies for this week, but also to all viewers, to all of you. Come into your own power. How, in what ways can you best utilize the 3 pathways of knowledge? And with that, I bid you good night and have a beautiful week. Smile, right? Smile and live happy. Namaste. Namaste.